All right, we'll get started here. Excited about being able to win our final home game here. Obviously, putting ourselves in the Big 12 championship 2 weeks from now. That's a really good accomplishment coming back from what this team has throughout the entire year. So, we had a lot of respect for Baylor coming in. You watch them, and again, you see the record, then you watch them on tape, and you could tell, again, veteran quarterbacks, some explosive playmakers offensively, and then I thought a defense that's really continually improved and got better and better throughout the year. And, so we certainly had a lot of respect for them. And I'm excited about the way we played defensively, especially, when we were down, the number of bodies that we were across the whole team, and certainly there. I thought our defensive guys did a really nice job. Again, the run game was, there wasn't much in any run game, and made Baylor pretty one-dimensional. And I see they threw 56 passes here, and I thought we did a good job on the throw game as far as just not giving them the big plays. Brewer was pretty patient, checked a lot of things down, and I thought we did a nice job there of limiting the big play pass game with 56 balls up in the air. So. I think another strong game defensively, again, considering, the position changes and all that we went through. I thought our guys handled it well. I was also proud from a special teams standpoint because when you have, close to 20 players out, that's as a head coach, that's one of your first primary concerns is what does special teams look like. And I thought in large part the guys executed there pretty well, did some really good things as far as coverage. Their punter – the hang time that their punter had tonight, the average hang time might have been an NCAA record. It was very, very impressive. So we didn't really get many chances at returns. We had one there right before the half, but I thought we did some really nice things there. Obviously, offensively, not very pleased with the way we played. And honestly, I think our guys weren't coached worth a damn this week, to be completely honest. I'm not going to get too much in the weeds with it, but I don't think. Us as offensive coaches did a very good job putting our guys in position to succeed, just the way we set up practice. And then it was just kind of a game full of mistakes. I mean, we just weren't very sharp. We weren't crisp. We had some opportunities to make big plays, and we didn't make them. We had a lot of mental errors. We had a lot of bad play calls. And, again, more than any specific play, just just did a bad job of getting the offense ready to play this game. So obviously we got to do a whole heck of a lot better if we want to be what we can be here at the end of the season. So a lot of work to do there. Excited about the win. Excited about it for the guys that did play their last game in this stadium, and certainly excited for what's ahead.
We'll go to questions. We'll begin with Jason Kersey.
Yeah, Lincoln, I mean, I know that you said you didn't want to get too much into the details on it, but in terms of when you talk about the coaching problems during the week, that you guys miss a bunch of practices because of COVID, I mean, is there any correlation there between the struggles offensively and the fact that you guys had to miss several days?
Oh, yeah. No, there definitely is. I mean, you go into this year's so different. You go into these modes of, when you lose the amount of players that we did for this game, as a coach, you go into these modes of, well, do I practice them, aggressively, risk the fact that guys could get injured, but still keep them on edge and ready to play. I went more the conservative route this week, thinking we got to get these guys to the game, and I think that poor job by me, some poor things we did schematically, and then a combination with that, and then taking, like I said, a 5 days off the field in the middle. That probably all of that is why the performance was what it was tonight. So it was not a good plan by me. And like I said, now could our players have made some plays where there's some things there? Yes, there was, but we've had some games here before where I felt like, well, we maybe didn't play very well offensively, but that maybe the position our players were put in was better than certainly what it was tonight. I didn't do a very good job in any part of my responsibilities offensively, and didn't set our guys up for much success at all.
Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Lincoln, on the other side of that, the secondary seemed to be one of the ones that was most affected by the losses, and you had to sort of piece things together over there. What was that like through the week, and what does that say, the job that they did tonight, say about the depth that y'all have been able to build over there, and the difference maybe from the past couple years?
Yeah, who knew you'd ever need the depth like we did here? I mean, even taking a guy, like Robert Barnes, I mean, that, hell, he's a linebacker, and then 4 days ago he becomes a safety, and then he starting in a Big 12 game here, and so. No, it says a lot. I think it says so much about the mentality and how far we've come defensively there. I think our guys are, I think we've created an expectation that we're not going to have excuses, that we're not going to use excuses, and that we're going to, we expect to continue to play well no matter what the circumstances are. So, no, I'm excited about the way we competed there, and thought those guys did a tremendous job.
Appreciate it, Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Bettner.
Hey, Lincoln, you might have already referenced it with just the game plan not being as good as you would have liked it. I mean, the offensive line, their struggles against Baylor's defensive front, what kind of went wrong there as far as just not being able to create a lot of room for your runners early in the game?
Yeah, I'd reference, kind of all the same things. I mean, we took turns making some mistakes. We did have some things that were certainly there that, we had a few times where, we had really good calls, and and we missed a couple things up front. We had some things where we blocked it up perfect and missed a few cuts in the backfield. We had some plays that were some bad calls at bad times for me. I mean, we kind of all took our hand and took our turn as far as making some mistakes. So just not. I can't look at it and say like that one group was terrible or one group was just absolutely the cause. But again, in offensive football, if you're, if all 11 aren't doing their job, it shows up, and we just played. Again, we're going to look at this, and even my disappointment how we played offensively. You're going to look back on it and say, "Boy, we just really stunk." And then you're going to go back and see, we were this close on so many things. But when you don't set the players up to prepare well and do a better job there, then it's hard to overcome that sometimes. And just got to be better on, they got to get coached better, and then our guys got to step up and respond and execute the plan.
James Hale.
Hey, Lincoln, if you could get into it a little bit more, please, on the defensive side of the ball. When you said you went to Robert, I guess, earlier in the week, and, talked to him about moving back to safety where he started his career at OU. That's a very unselfish player doing that. But you had a number of guys step up on the defensive side. But, that's a pretty cool thing what Robert did. And then you started him in the game, and it looked like he played pretty well.
I did. We gave him a game ball after the game. I mean, that's what I told the team after. I mean, how do you make this work where, you're at a place where you can recruit, good football players from all over the country, guys that are, some of the best players, obviously, on their own teams in their own areas, their own states. And you come here to a place where you got 100-something guys on the roster and only 11 can be out there at a time. How does that work from just a team chemistry standpoint? And the only way it does is unselfishness has to be a hallmark of your program. I mean, it's got to be one of those things that is valued above just about anything else, and it is here. And to Robert's credit, from starting in some monster games here as a young guy, doing a lot of great things, to making the change to linebacker, going on scout team all year, busting his tail, gaining the weight, learning a new position, all that, and then all of a sudden you get asked to go back and didn't even flinch. So it's just a great example into what we want our program to be all about.
Thanks, Lincoln.
Ray Murdoch.
Lincoln, do you give any thought at all to if you have a Big 12 set and the teams that are going to be in it, like, do you have any thought about saying, why are we going to fly across the country to play next week if we know where we're going to be?
Because we believe in competitiveness, and we believe in not backing down from anything. And that's one of the best parts about college football, and that should always be preserved in every league all the time if possible.
So no hesitation. Even
Zero.
if they approach you,
Zero.
you'll say, I don't want to do that.
Oh, you could think how many championship games have we been in here? I mean, the very first 2 years here, we end up playing games that we're the outright Big 12 champion, and we end up, I think, playing Oklahoma State and all that where, we kind of had nothing to lose. Or even like our third year here, we had, we played TCU after, beating them and being the outright champion. You got to go to the championship game and go do it. I mean, that's part of what it is. So we know the schedule and especially in this year, in all years, but especially this one. I mean, the opportunity to play another game, if we can do it, we'll be there.
Thanks, Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Emig.
Lincoln, how much of a difference is a defensive line playing this disruptively as you bear down on the postseason?
That's important. I mean, it's definitely one of the most. I mean, that battle between O-line and D-line on both sides of the ball. I mean, that's the biggest key in football. No matter what offense you run, what defense you run, this or that. I mean, that's a huge part of it. And so, I think to have as many guys as we have playing well and getting better is certainly, it's a great thing, and it's what we've envisioned for a long time is becoming a dominant front here. And this group is, I feel like this group and our program we're on our way.
A quick follow-up. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but I'll ask. There's a report nationally out that Shane Beamer is expected to be named the next coach at South Carolina. Any comment whatsoever on that?
No, I'll wait to talk to him first. I mean, we're, obviously he wasn't available to coach for us tonight, so it's not like I've been able to sit there and visit with him. But if it is true, certainly be thrilled for him. Those are, as I know, those are, opportunities that you don't always get. So if it is the case, it would be a great decision by South Carolina.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go to Cliff Brunt.
I think you're
Cliff,
muted.
you're muted.
Okay. Yeah, Coach, you guys have done a lot of outscoring teams in important games in recent years. You guys struggled offensively today. How nice is it to be able to depend on the defense and lean on them on a day where you weren't your best, and especially with them being depleted?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, it's what great team football is all about. And one side's not at its best, the other side's got to be able to rise up, man. And our guys, they were awesome. And like you said, on top of that, considering the circumstances, that's championship teams and really good football teams. They have that and they find a way. And our defense certainly led us tonight. And I just can't say enough about the effort. Tremendous job by our coaches, our staff, our players, everybody defensively. Did just a phenomenal job.
Let's go to John Hoover.
Hey, Lincoln, you guys go through the pandemic, obviously, the shutdown, all that stuff. 0-2 in conference play to start the season. You certainly didn't play your cleanest game tonight. You look up, and you still have accomplished your main goal, first goal of every year, which is to win the Big 12, at least get to the championship game. What does that say about this team, the resilience, and all the things you guys have been through?
It says a lot. I think it says a lot about the culture in this program. And again, I'm excited this team's, I think, been able to uphold the fighting spirit that OU football is, and that was put in by so many coaches and players before all of us. And so it's important for us to continue to push that and continue to do our part there. And so that's when you come to OU, that's just part of the deal. And you're always going to be on a big stage. You're always going to be, the expectations are always going to be to win and to win championships. And those things aren't easy year in and year out. And there's always different challenges. This year, obviously, there's been plenty. So I'm proud of the culture and proud to work and coach at a place like that's the belief, regardless of what's stacked up against you.
We're running low on time. We'll take two more. Go to Brandon Drum.
Hey, Lincoln, can you kind of talk about DJ Graham and just how big of a step up he's taken over this year at the defensive back position? Somebody that could play both sides of the ball for you guys and has kind of went all in for you guys on the defensive back side. Yeah.
No, I think he's certainly found a permanent home there. He's doing a great job. I think his confidence is growing, and our confidence is growing in him and getting him more and more snaps. And he's a confident kid, man. He's executing the calls. He's making plays when there's opportunities being made, whether physical tackles or obviously had the big pick here tonight. So excited about his development. And the fun thing for a guy like that is there's still so much to go. And he's going to have some opportunities to really, really be a good football player. And, we'll continue to push him, and I'm sure DJ will continue to respond.
Okay, and last question, Sam Kahn.
Hey, Lincoln, I know you guys just got off the field. You got another game still to go, but have you taken much of a peek, even casually, at Iowa State and how they're playing? And will you guys as a staff spend any time on them this week since you're already in the championship game?
No, we'll get ready for West Virginia. I've seen how they've played. You study common opponents, even if we're not playing them. So they're obviously playing very well and have a ton of respect for the players that they have. The coaching staff, all that. So they've done a great job. But this week will be about West Virginia, and we'll get on to that one after that.